Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Stars Cartel channel, okay, or God's Cartel, because God that took over all over again, okay? It's your girl Star, and I'm here with another word. In this dream, I heard God say ABC steps, and then I began to hear the Jackson 5 sing ABC. It's easy as one, two, three. Okay, baby, don't write me. A, B, C, one, two, three, baby, you with me, girl. And okay, my bookmark says the Lord will stay with you whenever you seek him. You will find him. Second Chronicles 15 and 2. God is with you every step of the way. Y'all, do y'all know? Let me tell you something. Okay, let me tell you something. When I pull these out, I just do like this. I just randomly pick out a card and it's like this, and that's how I did it. I swear, I promise. I do not have the time, effort, or energy to go through all these cards. I haven't even read all these cards yet. Um, but that is how I picked out this card. So the fact that it says God is with you every step of the way is ironic, okay? And iconic, okay? Just like God, okay? And the Lord will stay with you whenever you seek him, you will find him, okay? The scripture God gives me comes from Second Chronicles. We are in 36, 9 through 10. Oh, I can't pretend. Oh, Lord, I can't pretend. Jehoiachin was 18 years old when he became king, and he reigned in Jerusalem 3 months and 10 days. He did evil in the eyes of the Lord. In the spring, King Nebuchadnezzar sent for him and brought him to Babylon, together with articles of value from the temple of the Lord. He made Jehoiachin's uncle Zedekiah king over Judah and Jerusalem. Okay, I'm going to keep reading. Zedekiah was 21 years old when he became king. He reigned in Jerusalem 11 years. He did evil all the days of the Lord his God, did not humble himself before Jeremiah the prophet. He spoke the word of the Lord, who spoke the word of the Lord. He also rebelled against the king Nebuchadnezzar, who had made him take an oath in God's name. He became stiff necked and hardened his heart and would not turn to the Lord, the God of Israel. Furthermore, all the leaders of the priests and the people became more and more unfaithful, following all the detestable practices of the nations and defiling the temple of the Lord, which had which he had consecrated in Jerusalem. And next we go into the fall of Jerusalem. And I feel like with this message, God is saying it is ABC steps, regardless to which way you go. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I hear God say, mm. Okay, so God sent me to Psalm 119 and 129. Your statutes are wonderful, therefore I obey them. The unfolding of your words give light. It gives understanding to the simple. I open my mouth and pant, longing for your commands. Turn to me and have mercy on me, as you always do to those who love your name. Direct my footsteps according to your word. Let no sin rule over me. Redeem me from human oppression, that I may obey your precepts. Make your face shine on your servant and teach me your decrees. Streams of tears flow from my eyes, for your law is not obeyed. Okay, I feel like in this message, God is saying it's ABC steps, regardless to which choice you make. Okay, we got free will, right? So, for somebody, God has given you. Let me get out my highlighter. Okay, I like to highlight everything God gives me. For somebody, God has went ahead and gave you some kind of message. You received a message from God in your own personal way. Everybody does not receive messages the way that I do, and I realize that. Sometimes God speaks to us in different ways. And I feel like for this message, God has already spoken to you. God has spoken to you. Hold on, y'all. Okay. God has spoken to you, and God has told you exactly what to do. And you are in the middle of you trying to figure out which choice to make. Now, either you can make this other choice over here and you can follow in the footsteps of evil, Okay, you can carry on with the law of evil. You can carry on making God upset, and you can run right into, you know where you're gonna end up if you do that. Or you can listen to God, and you can praise God, and you can be baffled by the miracles that God will bestow upon you. The choice is yours, easily. And that's like, I feel like that is the message. The choice is yours. You can do either or. Okay, y'all see me flip it, either or. You can either choose to follow in the footsteps of evil. You can choose to go down that wrong path, or you can choose to go down the path of righteousness. And sometimes these choices are not easy. Sometimes these choices are difficult. These choices are hard. And for me personally, the choice that I made to come back was hard. It was hard. And it wasn't hard in a sense as of, I was appreciating the way I was treated. I did not like it at all. And I feel like God allowed it to get to a certain point, because as a child of Israel, it's just not going to stand for God for me to be um, doing certain things, or even just dealing with certain things, or being treated a certain way. God has a calling upon my life, and I simply just cannot. But for someone that doesn't have a calling on their life, but you are in a situation where you are being forced into doing evil, God has already made provisions for you to do something else, but you have to listen. So you have your ABC steps. Either you can ABC the way that God told you to, or you can try to do it the way that you want to do it. You can follow the path of evil. The choice is yours. However, you just need to really think about these choices. You have to really think about what you are doing with your life. You have to really think about what the repercussions will be. Because in this story, where the family just kept going down doing evil, that caused the fall of Jerusalem. Okay, that is what led to the fall, because they could have turned to God. They could have went to God. They could have made a different choice, but because they kept making the wrong choices, Jerusalem fell. So I'm gonna add right here, y'all. Sometimes the way I see it, my father God is the king, and I see myself as a princess. And I feel like everybody should see themselves in that light. You are a prince, you are a princess. If you're at a certain age, you're queen or king. And God is trying to lead you. I feel like this is somebody that is in the prince or princess stage. God is trying to give you a choice, a path that you can go down. I feel like no matter what choice I make, no matter who I marry, it don't matter. It don't matter where I live. It don't matter what choices I make, what kind of job I take on, or any of that. I am always going to be in a position of a queen. Now, I can choose to be the evil queen, or I can choose to be the good queen. And I hate to put it in that sense, evil or good, but in reality, in the sense of what we have going on right now, that's what we gonna say, okay? Either you can choose to go down the path of evil, you'll still end up a queen, but your throne is in question, because 9 out of 10 is gonna fall. Or you could choose the path of righteousness, and you could be a good queen, and your throne is going to be protected by God. Every time there was a king or a queen that was on the throne, okay, in the Bible, 9 out of 10 king, because the king is the head of the household. Anytime there was a king that went down the path of righteousness, God blessed them. And that's what you have to think about. You have to think about the fact that what choice, the life that you are living, what choice will it make? A lot of times we think at a certain age that we can't make those kind of choices anymore, and it is what it is now, but that's not true. What do you want your kingdom to look like? you know and that's just like, even when I said with the off grid, I feel like, yes, it's still in the air. I could easily buy property out here and, build it up and have my own little homestead and be just fine. And I would have gotten it through righteousness. I would have gotten it with God, and everything will be good, versus me throwing it up in the air and going down a path of darkness and having to do certain things or be a certain way in order to get that. I don't want to be oppressed. I don't want to feel as though I'm oppressed, and I don't want to feel like I'm going down an evil path. So I prefer to choose the path of righteousness. And I trust in my heart that God is going to allow me to have whatever it is that I'm destined to have. Whatever I'm destined to have, I'm going to have it regardless. It don't matter who I'm married to. It don't matter if I'm married. It don't matter what happens around me. I know that God's promises will never come back to him void. Okay. And you just have to think about that. When you going down that wrong path, the promises are not promised. In reality, I'm gonna be real. Yes, Satan does feed his children too. Satan does go ahead and give his children things and gifts and all that for doing evil. But you got to remember that you got to keep on doing evil to get those things. So that means that you are basically signing up for a lifetime of evil, versus if you go down God's path, you're signing up for a lifetime of righteousness. Versus where God is obeyed and his laws and his statutes are obeyed. A lot of people don't want to obey God's laws, not because they're not right, not because they're not fair, but just simply because that person wants to do whatever they want to do. And it's wrong. It's not right. They want to do wrong. They want to do evil. And that's fine. Do whatever you want to do. Like I said, we all have free will, but in reality, that free will is not going to do anything. Making them wrong choices is not going to do anything but cause you to fall into temptation, into evil, and it will just lead to destruction. Versus if you do right by God, and if you follow what God has asked you to do, you will be okay. Okay, you will be longing for God's commandments. Turn to me and have mercy on me, as you always do to those who love your name. Direct my footsteps according to your word. Let no sin rule over me. If you go this other path, sin is going to rule over you. And it's obviously two paths. Either you follow the evil path, and you not only are you led into doing little, it may look like it's a little bit of evil, and then it's going to turn into a lot of evil, and then it's going to get this big, then this big, then this big, and before you know it, you are doing things that you would never even imagine yourself doing. Or you could follow the path of righteousness, and yeah, it may seem like you're not getting a lot at first, but it'll begin to grow because God has his hand over you. And I'm going to add right here, some people believe that it doesn't matter what path that you take, you can still ascend. And, some people are striving to be like these fallen deities, these fallen spirits, these spirits that are prayed to in the voodoo and hoodoo religions. And let me tell you something. Those spirits are not happy. Those spirits are not going to the same place the children of God are going. I don't care what you say. I don't care how you cook it up. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. And I don't care. In all my studies, I refuse to believe, because as somebody that did do that years ago and has felt those spirits are not happy. Even if you start to study these spirits, people will tell you if you do one wrong thing, the spirit will cause you pain. Nobody, no spirit, no deity, no energy source, no person that is happy is going to be trying to hurt somebody because they didn't take the peel off the orange, or they didn't, cut it the right way, or they didn't say something the right way. Jesus don't care how you come to him. Jesus will be happy. Jesus will reach out his hand to you, and it don't matter how you come. It don't matter what happened. It don't matter what you got on. Jesus still loves you. You come as you are. And I'm saying this to say that this belief system is flawed. No, just if you live a life of evil, you are not going to the same place as somebody that lived a life of righteousness. Okay? And that's just real. And that is the message. Literally, you have two choices. You can either choose to follow the path of evil, or you can follow the path of righteousness. And that is that. There is no more that I can, There's no more that I can say because I cannot make the choice for whomever this is for. This choice is yours. Either you will follow the path of evil or you follow the path of righteousness, and that's that. I love you guys. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to join the cartel, and I'll see you on the next video.